Hi everybody, Tara here. I just wanted to log in really quickly. I had a lot of people tell me that they're running low on supplies or it's hard to get stuff right now because of everything that's going on in the world. So I wanted to make a really quick video and show you guys one way that you can make some more canvases for yourself. So it's kind of a funky trick, but if you are running really canvas, something that you can do is, so this is the painting that we did yesterday. You can go ahead and flip that around, and this is an old painting, so I'm going to flip this one around. And if you look at it, it actually looks like a wood frame, right? So I'm going to teach you guys how to paint the outer edge at the back of the canvas to look like a wood frame. And then tomorrow, when we go in, we're going to actually paint inside this wood frame. And the painting is going to look like it's framed. So we'll probably do, I think we were planning on doing the jar, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this one actually tomorrow. And the reason why is because what's better than having a special birthday painting behind a normal canvas, because on that one special day you go ahead and flip it around and woo, happy birthday, right? So tomorrow we'll fill the inside here with an actual painting, and you guys will see what it looks like. And it's pretty cool because when you get really close up, you can see the staples, but it tends to look pretty natural from a distance. And it'll look like a frame painting, and you can use a canvas that you already have. So it's a cool little trick. So all I'm doing is I got some tan paint here. All right, and I'm just gonna go right over this with some tan. Now, if you don't have tan, if you guys saw the video that Noah and Ryan did earlier this week, they actually make a really good base brown. And I can show you guys how to do that in just a sec, because I know tan's not a normal color that you get in a paint set. So on this palette, I've actually created, I've actually put blue, yellow, and red. When you mix all three primary colors, it gives you a brown. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. All right. If you have tan already, you can just continue just filling this whole thing up with tan, and then I'll show you how to make some texture. So it gives it this like wood grain look. All right, so I've got the yellow, the blue, and the red, and I'm just going to stir them all up. And depending on how deep you want that brown to be, I'm going to try to go with more of a tan. So I'm going to primarily focus on adding red and yellow and blending those and kind of keeping the blue a little sparse. The blue is a very intense color, so it'll make it a much deeper brown if you put too much blue. All right, so this is the original color that we had. And this is what we just created by mixing the three primaries, and the color is almost exactly the same. So you can really get a very good tan with just mixing those three primaries. So I can pick up a little bit of white here too if I wanted and swirl it in, make that tan a little bit lighter. And what I want for my frame here is I want tons of different shades of tan, and that will help me to get the texture, because if you don't have texture here, you're going to very clearly see from a distance where the canvas starts and the wood ends. So you want to make sure that you get some good texture in here so it confuses the eye. Now remember, this is just a kind of fun fix for maybe a holiday painting you can put in here, or like I was saying, like a birthday painting. So one time a year you can flip the painting over and you know, have some of this happy birthday on it, or because it's not going to look extremely amazing, but it definitely looks pretty cool, especially if you're a beginner painter or maybe you're a young painter. This is kind of a cool little cheat to get most out of your canvases. All right, so I'm just kind of adding some white texture in here to kind of break up that tan a bit. All right, so just going all around, adding this tan. All right, and you don't have to do like a wood, you don't have to make this look like a wood grain if you don't want to. You can just paint a solid color. The only issue with that is the staples, when you do that, are a lot more visible. And it's easier to see where that canvas line ends and the wood starts. So again, I always kind of recommend doing some sort of texture here. And I always say adding water is awesome. This tan is very thick. So the water's going to help break that up a little bit, spread out that paint. All right, so I would recommend for this to also do the outer edges. So you want to bring that all the way around. So that way, when you do put it right on the wall, it'll look a lot more like wood. And having the outer edges painted too is going to be a nice finish for the painting I have on the other side as well. So, mutually beneficial here. Alright, so as you can see right now, the tan, got a little texture over there. Oops, move over here. I'm just going to wait for that top piece to dry before I flip it. And then while we wait for that to dry, we can texturize the other side. We can paint this side too. Now don't worry if as you're painting you get a little bit on that canvas on the inside, because we're going to paint over that. We're going to put a painting right in that tomorrow. So don't worry too much if you get a couple little tan specks. All right, so already it's really starting to have a nice finish here. Oops, I'm getting a lot of tan on this canvas, but it's all good. Cool thing about this too is you've got like a built-in frame. You don't even have to go buy a frame or frame it. It's framed before you even paint it, which is awesome. All right, so we've already got this nice kind of tan look. You can kind of see from a distance, it's starting to look a little natural. But what I want to do now is I'm actually going to move to a smaller brush. I'm going to do some like paint green texture. So I'm just picking up a little bit of black. I'm going to do some like kind of swirly patterns here. All right, maybe some in here, here. And it looks really, really visible now, but we're going to blend this out in just a second. And then we do another little spiral up here. All right. I'm going to pick up some white. I'm actually going to go on the inside of this a little bit, kind of blending out that black. Doing some spirals of white, and they can be kind of on their own too. Like maybe I'll put one right here. All right. You can just add some spirals and some textures. It look really nice. All right, so now that I've got the texture on it, I'm just going to pick up my big brush again, and I want to make sure that it's nice and dry, because I'm going to use this brush just a little bit damp, but not too bad. All right, so I got it nice and dry, and you can see how the bristles are all kind of frayed out. That's what we're going for, because we want this to be able to texturize our wood grain here. So I'm just going to kind of blend that out. So those little swirls that I did kind of are starting to get a little bit blended out. But it's a good thing, because some of that swirl is going to stay there, and that's what's going to help it look a bit natural. You don't want it to look like a deliberate swirl. All right. Right. You can just kind of decide how you want to, how texturized you want it, how dark you want that wood to look. This one has a lot more of like a yellow texture to it, or a yellow tone. If you want it to be more of a yellow wood, you can just add a little bit more yellow to that tan mix. Really up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and add just the top. It looks like it's good enough. And I just need to make sure that I do this bottom area. So I'm just going to take this canvas. I have to actually touch that up later. Go. There. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and paint the top with some tan. And if you want, you're welcome to texturize the outer edges too, add some different colors in there. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know that it's super necessary because again, this is not something that you would do for maybe like a fancy painting to keep on the wall, but definitely it's a cool thing if you know you're painting with kids and you guys have some extra canvases, or if you have some kind of holiday painting that you want to do, or a birthday painting, or something that you're going to want to have on a day up on the wall for a special event. I'm just going to texturize it some more. All right, so now we've got this back of the canvas, which originally looked like this. Right, so if you look really, really close, this is an old canvas, I had some drips on it. But if you look really, really close, we see we've got the white, and you can see where it's stapled, and we have this flap that kind of comes out, and it's obviously the back of the canvas. But what we did, from a distance, it looks very much like wood, right? When we get a little closer, you can really see, you can see a little bit of those folds and the staples. But remember, the more that you lay that paint on, make sure you get those staples covered. And the more texture that you have on here to get that wood grain, it's going to really confuse the eye and make it look like it's a frame and not the back of the canvas. So again, a really cool trick if you guys are running low on canvases, you still want to join us. This is just an old painting that I did. I flipped it around, created a wood frame, and then again tomorrow we're just going to go in there and we're going to paint our painting directly inside this wood frame so we can have a painting on both sides of those canvases. All right, so hopefully see you guys tomorrow. We're going to shoot for noon. We might be a little bit late. I will send out an Eventbrite or create an Eventbrite early in the morning and make a post so that you guys know when it's coming. But it's going to be between 12 and 1. And we're really looking forward to painting with you guys again. And please, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you. All right. Bye, everybody.